afternoon, good night, wherever you may be in the world. Thank you for joining me for another edition of the Truth Conductor Show. Um, Saturday in Proverbs today. The day is the 6th of April. Actually, it's my son's 40th birthday today. We're going to be taking him out to dinner a little later on this evening. Um, but this is when we do Saturday in Proverbs. Uh, Proverbs is the one book in the Bible that has a chapter for every day of the month. There are 31 chapters in Proverbs, and when there are not 31 chapters in the month, 31 days in the month, then you just keep reading until you catch up, okay? And no, I am not a Seventh-day Adventist or Jehovah's Witness. I believe in following my calendar. My calendar goes from Sunday to Saturday. And God said Saturday. Matter of fact, let me look up that word, Sabbath. Bernie! Man, thank you, Bernie. Thank you, man, for that blessing this morning. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Bernie. Thank you, man. I appreciate that blessing, brother. Um, let me look up that word Sabbath. You know, I often talk about that, but I never Sabbath. Let's see what the definition is. A day of religious observance and abstinence from work kept by Jewish people from Friday evening to Saturday evening, and most Christians on Sunday. I didn't make that up, okay? I didn't make that up. Listen to this. A day of religious observance and abstinence from work kept by Jewish people from Friday evening to Saturday evening, and by most Christians on Sunday. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? And Sunday is the first day of the week. And yet, it's tradition that people follow. Anyway, let's pray, get into the word. Father, I thank you for another day around your word. Speak through my mind, speak through my lips, and speak through my heart, so that I may precisely articulate this word to not only pierce the hearing, but the vision of your children, so that we all may live the righteous lifestyle that you have ordained for us to live. Tanya, good morning. Thank you for joining me. And since today is the 6th of April, y'all know 2 more days, man, it's the eclipse. Monday is the eclipse. All right? And I do believe a lot of institutions, a lot of mindsets that have been established for years are going to be torn down. I believe that, man. People are talking about, you know, the end of the earth. I think there are some mindsets that are going to be destroyed, and especially negative mindsets, because we're coming into the age of Aquarius. Okay, that's the area that we're coming into, is the age of Aquarius. So I think all of the negativity where you've seen right is wrong and wrong is right, I think that the reset is getting ready to happen to make right is right and wrong is wrong. Okay? All this craziness that we've been doing and getting away with, and all this stuff, backbiting and revenge and vindictiveness, that people, man, that stuff getting ready to come to a screeching halt. Okay? All right. Chapter 6. My son, if you become surety for your friend, y'all know how I like to do. I like to give you definitions because I don't want you to assume I don't want to assume that you know what a word means. Surety, a person who takes responsibility for another's performance or an undertaking. A person who takes responsibility for another's performance or undertaking, co-signing. Okay? My son, if you become surety for your friends, if you have shaken hands in a pledge for a stranger, verse 2, you are snared by the words of your mouth. You are taken by the words of your mouth. Verse 3, so do this, my son, and deliver yourself, for you have come into the hand of your friend. Go, humble yourself, plead with your friend. Give not sleep to your eyes, nor slumber to your eyelids. Verse 5, deliver yourself like a gazelle from the hand of the hunter, and like a bird from the hand of a fowler. Let's look up that word fowler. Fowler. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. That's not right. Someone who hunts for food. Someone who hunts for food. Let me see what it says. What is a fowler in the Bible? One who stands for. I said, he was my first, him I trust. Okay, so it's someone who hunts, a creditor. Because when you owe them, they gonna hunt your butt down. Okay? Verse 6, go to the ant, you sluggard. Consider her ways and be wise, which having no captain, overseer, or ruler. Verse 8, provides her supplies in the summer and gathers her food in harvest. Verse 9, how long will you slumber, O sluggard? When will you rise from your sleep? Verse 10, a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep. Verse 11, so shall your poverty come on you like a prowler, and your need like an armed man. And what the Bible is talking about right here is procrastination. How long? David, how you doing? Well, that's true. But a wise person will always be aware of what the other side is thinking and doing. Not that they have to follow it, but you'll always be aware. And sometimes that's what we make the mistake. We don't want to be aware of what the astrologer is saying in the skies, because there were astrologers in the Bible, in the Old Testament. They were there. Okay? Verse 12, a worthless person, a wicked man, walks with a perverse mouth. Listen to this. A worthless person, a wicked man, walks with a perverse mouth. Let's look up that word perverse. Perverse. Of a person or their actions showing a deliberate desire to behave in a way that's unreasonable and unacceptable, often in spite of the consequences. Okay? They are deliberate, they show a deliberate desire to behave in a way that is unreasonable and unacceptable. Listen, a worthless person, a wicked man, walks with a perverse mouth, always looking for trouble, always got some drama, always got something going on around them. Okay? Yeah, you hear? Yeah, it's playing dogs in this hotel, man. I'm serious. It's so many dogs up in here. It ain't even funny. And they walk. The sidewalk is right outside my window. I had one that was standing next to me, man. That dog would howl 2, 3 in the morning. I had to say, y'all need to do something about that. Okay, yeah, there are plenty of dogs. All right, listen to this. A worthless person, a wicked man, walks with a perverse mouth. He winks with his eyes. He shuffles his feet. He points with his fingers. Perversity is in his heart. Let me look up that word perversity. I just did. Perversity, a deliberate way to act unreasonable or unacceptable. Perversity is in his heart. Remember, the Bible says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth will speak. Matter of fact, let me find that. Let me find it's in Proverbs. Let's see where it's at. No, I thought it was in Proverbs. Where is this? Okay, Matthew 12:34. All right, here we go. I'm going to start at verse 33. Either make the tree good and its fruit good, or else make the tree bad and its fruit is bad. For a tree is known by his fruit. A person is known by what come out of their mouth. Okay? Because your words are your fruit. Let me say that again. All right? Listen, I'm going to read it to you again. Either make the tree good and its fruit good, or else make the tree bad and its fruit bad. For a tree is known by its fruit. Okay? And what's the fruit of man? His words are his fruit. Okay? How can you, being evil, speak? Wait a minute. Verse 34. This is Matthew 12. I'm at 33. This is verse 34. Brought of vipers. How can you, being evil, speak good things? For out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Verse 35. A good man, out of the good treasure of his heart, bring forth good things. And an evil man, out of the evil treasures, bring forth evil things. That's why the Bible say, by any means, man, protect your heart with all costs, because out of it comes the issues of life. Okay? So this scripture right here, it says, perversity is in the heart of man. So if you are unreasonable, if you have a tendency to do unreasonable things, and that's what's in your heart, everything that's going to come out your mouth is going to, because listen what it said. Okay? A good man, out of the good treasures of his heart, bring forth good things. And an evil man, out of the evil treasures, bring forth evil things. Okay? All right? So you can't, and see, and this is the problem where a lot of Christians are being deceived. Because you got people saying one thing, but they're not looking at their actions. See, they can talk love and unity, and we should come together. But all of their actions are total opposite of what they're saying. And people aren't paying attention because they're just listening to the words. Okay? They want some stuff that's going to tickle their ears, that sounds good, but it ain't necessarily good for you. Okay? Verse 14. Perversity is in his heart. He devises evil continually. He sows discord. Listen to this. I'm going to start back at 12. A worthless person, a wicked man, walks with a perverse mouth. He winks with his eyes. He shuffles his feet. He points with his fingers. Perversity is in his heart. He devises evil continually. He sows discord. That's a lot of our politicians right now. That's them. That's a lot of our politicians right now. Look at how many of our politicians right now sows discord with them liberals, them Democrats, them Republicans, them conservatives. And matter of fact, let me look up that word discord. I don't want to assume that you know what it means. Discord. Disagreement between people. Discord. Disagreement between people. Okay? And you got a lot of people right now that are profiting from sowing disagreement among people. They got people fighting each other. And as long as they're doing the bidding and saying what they want to say of everything, people make them rich overnight. Therefore, verse 15, his calamity shall come suddenly. Suddenly, he shall be broken without remedy. Therefore, his calamity. Let's look up that word calamity. Calamity. And a vision causing great and often sudden damage or distress, a disaster. An event causing great and often sudden. See, they ain't gonna see this coming. See, this person that's talking about here said, therefore, his calamity shall come suddenly. Suddenly, he shall be broken without remedy. And I think this verse right here is this solar eclipse that's coming up. Suddenly, you're going to see a lot of people, their calamity is going to come up on them and they're going to be broken because of the negativity that they have been sowing into the universe. Verse 16. These 6 things the Lord hate. Yes, sudden 7 are an abomination to him. A proud look, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood. Verse 18, a heart that devises wicked plans, feet that are swift and run into evil, a false witness who speak lies, and one who sows discord among brethren. Listen to this, y'all. There are 16, verse 16, the Lord hates. Yes, 7 are an abomination to him. Let me look up that word abomination for you so you can, to be sure. Abomination. Wait a minute. That's the wrong one. It'd be, hold on a second here. Abomination. A thing that causes disgust or hatred. Abomination. A thing that causes disgust or hatred. There are 6 things the Lord hates. Yes, 7 are an abomination to him. Okay? A proud look, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood. And see, this is why a lot of our young people don't realize out here trying to commit all this crime, trying to get something for nothing, they ain't gonna be successful. That's what God hates. And look how many people are out trying to get something for nothing from innocent people. And that's an action God hates. Verse 18, a heart that devises wicked plans, feet that are swift and run into evil, a false witness who speak lies, and one who sows discord among brethren. And see, and listen, and all of these people that's sowing discord, getting rich, suddenly they shall be broken without remedy. Suddenly, all right, their calamity is going to come upon them. Sowing discord, all right? Because remember, back up in verse 12, it says a wicked person, a worthless person, a wicked man, walk in his perverse mouth. He winks with his eyes, he shuffles with his feet, he points with his finger. Perversity is in his heart. He devises evil continually. He sows discord. Therefore, his calamity shall come suddenly. Suddenly, he shall be broken without remedy. Suddenly, the people that are out here dividing folk, getting rich off division, they're getting rich. Suddenly, they shall be broken without a remedy. And see, these are the 6 things the Lord hates. Yes, 7 are an abomination to him. A proud look, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked plans, feet that are swift and run into evil, a false witness who speak lies, and one who sows discord among brethren. Verse 20, my son, keep your father's command, and do not forsake the law of your mother. Verse 21, bind them continually upon your heart, tie them around your neck. Verse 22, when you roam, they will lead you. When you sleep, they will keep you. And when you awake, they will speak with you. Man, how many times have you been somewhere or doing something and your mother or father might be dead and gone, but yet you find yourself in a moment and you hear something that they used to say. You hear something that they would something come into your mind that make you remember some wisdom that they have dropped on you. You see, verse 23, for the commandment is a lamp and the law a light. Reproofs of instruction are a way of life. Reproof, let's look up that word reproof. Reproof, an expression of blame or disapproval. When you reproof something, you are voicing your opposition to whatever that might be. Reproof of instructions are a way of life. Verse 24, to keep you from the evil woman, from the flattering tongue of a seductress, because her mouth is smoother than oil. Fellas, listen to what it says. Reproofs of instructions are a way of life, to keep you from evil women, from the flattering tongue of a seductress. Verse 25, do not lust after her beauty in your heart. Made that mistake. Made that mistake. Got 2 children as a result. I done made that mistake. All right? Done made that mistake. It says, do not lust after her beauty in your heart, nor let her allure you with her eyelids. Verse 26, for by means of a harlot, a man is reduced to a crust of bread. Let's look up that word harlot. Harlot, a person who has sex with someone in exchange for money. A prostitute. A prostitute, basically, are all these women out here that you might not be standing on the corner, but if you having sex with a man for what he can do for you, you're a prostitute. For by means of a harlot, a man is reduced to a crust of bread, and an adulteress will prey upon his precious life. Verse 27, can a man take fire to his bosom and his clothes not be burned? Can one walk on hot coals and his feet not be seared? So is he who goes in to his neighbor's wife. Whoever touches her shall not be innocent. Let me read that to you again. Verse 27. Can a man take fire to his bosom and his clothes not be burned? Can one walk on hot coals and his feet not be seared? So is he who goes in to his neighbor's wife. Whoever touches her shall not be innocent. Verse 30. People do not despise a thief if he steals to satisfy himself when he is starving. Verse 31. Yet when he is found, he must restore sevenfold. He may have to give up all of the substance of his house. Verse 32. Whoever commits adultery with a woman lacks understanding. Let me say that again. Verse 32. Whoever commits adultery with a woman lacks understanding. He who does so destroys his own soul. Let's look up that word adultery. Adultery. Voluntary sexual intercourse between a married person and a person who is not his or her spouse. Adultery. Voluntary sexual intercourse between a married person and a person who is not his or her spouse. See, women can commit adultery also. Look at Fannie Willis. All right? An adulterous woman. And she thinks she ain't done nothing wrong. Because that man's, as according to her, what he done told her, his marriage is beyond repair, but he's still married. Okay? He's still married. Verse 33. Wounds and dishonor he will get, and his reproach will not be wiped away. Verse 34. For jealousy is a husband's fury. Therefore, he will not spare in the day of vengeance. He will not accept no recompense, nor will he be appeased, though you give many gifts. And look how many men that have killed other men, and sometimes their wives, out of jealousy and rage. Okay? See, the reason that I like Proverbs, you don't have to go back 2,000 years to try to figure out what it's saying. What it's showing you is how to live on a day-to-day basis. See, that's it. Proverbs was written by King Solomon. King Solomon was the wisest man ever. No man will be as wise. And isn't it interesting that even today, that this is still relevant? It shows you how to live on a day-to-day basis, because if you take care of the day, the end gonna take care of itself. You ain't got to worry about revelations. If you take care of today, the end gonna take care of itself. All right? And ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of chapter 6 of Proverbs. I hope somebody got something out of this. I hope this was a revelation, or maybe even some people that are around you, that you can see how to deal with certain people that are around you. I hope that it identifies some of the people that hang around you, that always got the drama, and you're uneasy, but you don't know why. And I hope that when we go through this, that it'll show you how to deal with people on a day-to-day basis. And then once you learn how to deal with people, see, you don't have to react to everything that you don't like, because you know what you're dealing with. All right? Bernie, man, thank you for the blessing. Okay? Thank you, Bernie. Thank you so very much. Okay? All right, y'all. I'll see you later. Enjoy your day.